Hi guys, this is the first time I've done an intro while I'm listening to music, so I don't know what it sounds like. But it's my birthday. We're riding airboats today with Sea Serpent's Tours. Stay tuned.
My name is Captain Fernando, and I want to welcome you guys aboard the Fire Dragon. Yeah. So, just to tell you guys a little bit about today's tour, we are going to start off with about an 8 to 10 minute idle through this beautiful trout creek over here. We're going to work our way over to Palmo Cove, where we'll start to whip around a bit, and then we're going to work our way into 6 Mile Creek. In 6 Mile, that's where we're going to start looking for some gators and some turtles, migratory birds, things like that, so keep your eyes peeled.
Guys, we're about 20 minutes in. This is such a blast. This boat feels like it's just gliding. It's unlike any other boat that I've been on, but it looks like we may get a storm, so that's going to be very neat if we're on this thing with that coming at us. Really starting to wonder if we're gonna outrun that storm.
Alrighty, y'all. You guys can go ahead and take those headsets off. You can put them on the backs of your seats if you guys like. I am gonna talk to you guys about this area a little bit. Now, for those of y'all that were praying for something about the heat, it looks like your prayers have been answered, y'all. So we got a nice little cool down going on out here. Now, we've made it back up into what is known as 6 Mile Creek. Now, for a little history about this area, they say a lot of the wood that was used to build some of those really old structures over in downtown St. Augustine actually came right out of this area. In fact, way back down at the end of this creek used to be the location of an old sawmill. So lumberjacks would come back into this area, they would chop these trees down by hand. They would then float those logs all the way back over to that sawmill. This time of year, it can be a little tricky spotting alligators because of the heat that we're feeling. Just like us, y'all, these gators get real hot. So on hot days, this time of year, they're usually swimming around in the water. They're gonna be hanging out in the shade. Remember, alligators are cold-blooded. Cold-blooded means that these animals are not using any of their body's own energy to regulate their body's temperature like we do. When we get real hot, our bodies get us sweaty, trying to cool us down a little bit. When you get real cold, your body makes you shiver, trying to warm you back up. Alligators do not have that luxury. They have to rely completely on their surroundings. So when gators feel real chilly, that's when they start looking for that sunshine, trying to warm their bodies up a bit. When gators feel real hot, they start looking for shade, trying to cool off. Now, another thing alligators do to regulate their body's temperature, they take a dip into this really dark and murky colored water. Dark water like this will not allow the sun's rays to penetrate deep into the water. So when you go down something like 2, maybe 3 or 4 foot, there's usually gonna be a significant temperature difference the lower down that you go. Alligators use this to their advantage because they can hold their breath for well over a half hour. So those gators, they'll just swim down to the bottom of the creek and lay down there till they feel more comfortable, till their body temperatures fluctuate. Now, hanging off this tree here in front of the boat, that is a rope swing, y'all. That's some evidence of the crazy locals out here. Gators will eat up little baby gators. So little spots like this that you see where the creek goes back into the woods, that's us. We're hitting a tree branch that's moving that whole bush in front of us. We're like, whoa, sea monster. Little spots like this where you see that the creek goes back into the woods. Once upon a time, this was simply just a low spot in the bank. Anybody have any questions for me? Anything about this area, this body of water, maybe something that we've seen, something that we haven't seen? I'm really, really good at making stuff up, y'all. Yeah, starting to sprinkle. We're gonna get this boat moving. If you guys want to put on those headsets, I do have some more cool music for you guys to listen to. Got some God's Country and some long hair country boy coming your way, y'all.
Ozzy was a nice touch, by the way.
Yeah, right? Now, believe it or not, we have had Ozzy on there for probably like over 6 years.
Gotcha, okay.
Brand new.
All right, guys, we are getting thunder, we're getting lightning, we're getting rain now. So we're heading back. Yeah, giant metal boat during a lightning storm. Let's do it. Ooh, hear that? I hope that came through the mic. Wondering if we were going to beat the storm. We didn't beat the storm. But she's going to be all wet. That's my favorite. Ooh, okay. Oh, these are big rains, guys. This ain't even the little rains. These are the big ones. It's like it went straight through my face. Oh yeah. That was our first airboat ride. What'd you think, baby? Fantastic. So just like every good time we have. So this was our first airboat tour, and honestly, it was fantastic. These things cruise on the water unlike any other boat I've been in. And I mean, I got to see this one all hot and wet for 90 minutes. So that's a win for me. So as always, thanks for watching. If you hung out to the end, let us know, leave us a comment. Hey, and let us know your airboat experiences. We didn't see any gators, no snakes. Just some birds and turtles. Just some birds and turtles. So, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.